Hey, everybody, welcome to another thrilling episode of Crimes, Killers, Cults,
And beer.
and beer.
Beer.
Beer. That's Todd,
And that's Bill.
and we're just two crazy Florida men drinking beer and talking about true crime.
Yep.
And just the fact that it's two Florida men doing the talking about it makes it a little bit crazier,
Right?
because that's what we do.
Yeah, that's what we do.
So what are you drinking?
I am drinking Coors Light tonight. I went for something a little different.
Oh, wow. Head for the Rockies. I almost said head.
Yes.
I almost said head for the mountains, but that's Bush.
Right?
So, I'm drinking Bud Light.
Shocker.
Yeah. So yeah, we do things crazy in Florida, but I think South Carolina's got us beat on their main serial killer, though. Even though we have Ted Bundy and Eileen Wuornos,
Yeah.
because the chucklehead that we're covering tonight. I mean, he's one of the better known serial killers, but he's not up there in the same conversation with, like your Ramirez's or your Bundys or your Dahmers or Gacy's or whatever. But I'd put him on the same level of the chucklehead that we covered last week, Gallego.
Oh, yeah.
Gerald. I'd put him on the same level. Maybe a little.
Okay.
Actually, maybe a little worse than that.
A little worse.
Yeah.
All right.
But today we're covering Wee Gaskins.
Pee Wee Herman. He didn't kill anybody.
Only some sperm cells in a movie theater.
Yeah, right.
So.
Sorry, that was too easy.
Yeah. But yeah, he was nicknamed the meanest man in America. In my notes,
Okay.
I listed him as a B-list heavy hitter serial killer.
A B list.
A B-list heavy hitter serial killer. But he was also a
Right on.
rapist and possible cannibal.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's like multitasking.
Yeah. But he shot ish. He shot and stabbed and drowned and poisoned 15 people.
Oh.
But this is confirmed. He boasted of 110 victims.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Well, they all say there's more just because they're like, fuck it, I'm caught. Might as well.
Right. But yeah, the fact he is a lesser known heavy hitter, but he definitely has one of the craziest stories that there are.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing it.
So sources for this are, of course, Wiki,
Wiki.
allthatIsInteresting.org, making another appearance 2 weeks in a row,
Yay.
and Ranker. He actually wrote an autobiography, which there's a copy of it available online. I'm not really quoting from it or anything, but I did read several things that he said from there, and let's just say that he didn't have the best grammar, and the editor didn't give a shit.
All right.
And then thestate.com, which is the main newspaper in South Carolina.
Okie dokie. Sounds like you got it covered.
Yeah. So he was born March 13th of 1933 in Florence, South Carolina. His mother, Evala Parrott, she had a bunch of kids, and I don't know exactly how many she had because I didn't see that, but I just wrote down she had 8 kids from 9 different daddies.
Well, wait a minute. How does that happen?
I was waiting. But to say that old Pee
So what? So what? She was like DP'd one night and just doesn't know which one it was.
Nah, I just put that in there.
I know, but well, you threw it out there. I had to come up with something.
Yeah, could have been. So, to say that old Pee Wee had a Napoleon complex would be an understatement. As an adult, he topped out at 5'4", 130 pounds.
Oh my!
Which is where
He's just a little guy.
He's Pee Wee. That's obviously where the nickname came from. But he owned it though, and
as long as he owned it.
Yeah, and he became a total badass as he grew up. So, and in his autobiography that I mentioned, he claimed that his mother neglected him and his stepfather abused him. But his sister said in an interview that he had a normal childhood and that his mother doted on him and protected him because he was so small.
Oh, okay.
Although he didn't find out that his real first name was Donald until his first appearance in court.
He really thought his name was Pee Wee?
Yeah. And then they addressed him as Donald. He's like, "Who's Donald? I'm Pee Wee.
Who's that?
I'm Pee Wee." So.
Oh my God, dude, that is fucking hilarious.
Yeah. But the thing
he
is,
really thought his name was fucking Pee Wee, dude. Oh my God, that is fucking great.
Yeah. What's your name? Pee Wee.
Pee Wee.
And I mean that is kind of how he talks too. I've heard audio recordings of him, and yeah, he talks like this. He's got that really kind of high pitched, kind of gravelly Southern accent. Pee Wee, I'm Pee Wee.
All right then.
But
that's funny.
And it gives me a chance to do another funny voice.
Right.
But the fact that he didn't find that out until he was a teenager, that could lend some credibility to Pee Wee's side of the story about neglect.
Yeah.
Because you would think your mom doesn't even tell you what your name is.
Yeah, right. Yeah, fuck, man. That's weird. That's just yeah. Yeah, your own mother doesn't even tell you what your real fucking name is. That's how bad is that?
Yeah. So he must have been.
That's definitely neglect for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I'm guessing that he was probably premature. Like by a couple months premature. Because if they're already calling him Pee Wee, if they're already calling him Pee Wee as a baby and a toddler and stuff like that, then he must have been like a lot smaller than all of the other toddlers. You know. So I'm guessing that he was premature, but that's just me speculating, and it's as good a guess as any.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there are some similarities to old Pee Wee and Gerald Gallego. Like, for example, when he was 1 year old, he drank an entire bottle of kerosene. It wasn't Pine Sol, but it was kerosene.
Oh. Because that's, you do that, I guess.
But how does when it says an entire bottle of kerosene, I'm assuming it's probably a quart, maybe, because a 1 year old kid is not going to be able to pick up a gallon container.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't know. Dude, I don't know. I've never tried to drink kerosene. I mean, I've never even really seen kerosene. I mean, I know it exists, don't get me wrong, but I mean, I don't know what size jars kerosene comes in.
I don't either. But that gave him convulsions until he was 3.
Oh, well, yeah, I would think that it would.
Yeah. And at 5 years,
because you're not supposed to drink that shit.
No. It's supposed to be used for lighting things on fire.
Yes.
Speaking of which, we have a sponsor.
Oh, yes, we do.
Yeah, our old buddy Michael Lang from the Woodstock 99 episode. He bought an ad on our show even though he's dead. And
Even though he's dead.
He
Posthumously.
bought an ad for the show. And apparently,
And, us being us, we're gonna play it. So
yeah, and apparently he's got a new mega concert event that he wants to tell us about. So roll it.
Hiya, everyone. My name is Michael Lang, and I'm president of Lang's Discount Event Planning and Promotion, and we have an incredible offer for you. Got a large event? We'll take care of everything for you. We guarantee that you, the client, come out of the event with a smile. We focus on the most important thing, money, the bottom line. We don't put as much emphasis on trivial things like security, food, your customers' health, or even water. We pay the bare minimum for those things, and you get the most money possible. Minus our fee, of course. Security? No biggie. There will be a few bad apples, but everyone will have a great time. Just take our most recent success, Woodstock 99. It was a smash hit. It made history. And your event will too. And check out our next event, Metal Fest 23. It's July 25th of 2023 in the Arizona desert. Featuring great metal acts like Harry Styles, Nicki Minaj, Drake, One Republic, Ozzy Osbourne, Justin Bieber. That guy's fire. That guy's great. Imagine Dragons, and Papa Roach. All of these great heavy metal artists are in the Billboard Top 100 right now. Using our crack research team, we verified all of them. It's gonna be fire. So call Lang's Discount Event Planning and Promotions now and let us create a historical event for you.
Not responsible for any deaths, dehydration, STD contraction, rapes, heat stroke, or vandalism due to a few bad apples at your event.
All right, we wish you luck with that old Michael.
yeah. Still not sure how you're gonna pull it off, being as you're dead. But hey,
Right. But what a lineup, though.
I'm telling you,
I mean, yeah,
I'd go see it.
they did some major research on getting those heavy metal acts, like Nicki Minaj.
I know, right?
Nicki Minaj and Justin Bieber on the same stage or at the same event. Wow, you can't get more metal than that.
I know, dude. I'm so going.
Yeah, I just hope they let us bring water in, considering it's in the Arizona desert.
Well, yeah.
So
Anyway.
so so
Oh God, we're going to hell.
so around 5 years old, he started killing animals.
Why do they always got to kill animals, man? What the? I mean, I realize it's like a gateway thing,
Right.
But God damn it, dude,
Leave animals
on.
alone.
leave animals alone.
Leave
they
the
never
animals
did nothing
alone.
wrong.
So around that time, Pee Wee's stepfather took him to a carnival, and there was a sideshow there where they had a king cobra on display, a real one, and
Oh boy.
and they would feed the cobra in front of people, but if you know anything about snakes, you know they don't eat very much. They'll eat
Yes.
they'll eat like one time and they won't need to eat again for several weeks or a month.
Yeah.
God, I wish we were like that. But
No shit.
actually, some of us are the reptilians.
Reptilians.
But
Oh boy.
if you're dating somebody that only eats once a month, you might be dating a reptilian.
You might be dating a reptilian. Get your tinfoil hats out, everybody. Here we go.
So, but because of that, people still wanted to see the snake kill something.
Well, of course.
It's almost 1940 at that point. People were still entertained by stupid shit,
Yeah.
So, so the handler would throw rats into the pen, and the snake would just strike at the rat and kill it.
Yeah.
So, Pee Wee said that he and the snake had a moment.
Oh no. Oh no.
They made eye contact, and and that was Pee Wee's first pee-pee. That was when it got hard for the first time.
Oh my God, no.
It gave him an erection.
No.
And he said,
Oh.
that's when I first knew that I was destined to become a killer. 'Cause I'm Pee-wee.
All right. Well, dude, if it's... Never mind. I'm not even going to go there. It's not even worth it.
Yeah. Maybe go and try to give the snake a kiss. Let the
Yeah, right? I mean,
let the-
fuck. Yeah, I mean, obviously. Never mind. I said I wasn't going to go there. Carry on.
let the snake tough Tony him reptilian style.
Yeah, right? Reptilian style. Fuck yeah.
I don't know where the fuck that came from, but
I don't know either, but that's going on a T-shirt.
kiss me reptilian
Reptilian style. Reptilian style. Oh, goddamn, dude. It's just, this shit just makes it stuff, man.
Yeah, it does. So at age 11, he quit school and he started working at a local auto shop, and he got good at it. And this would lead to him getting into stripping cars later in life. So while working there, he met two other boys named Danny and Marsh, and they were his age, and they had quit school as well. And they formed a gang called the Trouble Trio.
The Trouble Trio.
The Trouble
Oh.
Trio. And they had an old shed that they called the Hideout, where they would meet. They would talk about girls, smoke cigarettes, circle jerk, or well, there's three of them, so I guess it would be a triangle jerk.
Right? Did they talk about, were they all attracted to snakes? Did snakes give them all boners, or was it just Pee-wee?
No, but they also fucked sheep.
Oh, God, really?
Yes. And they,
just when I thought it couldn't get any weirder.
or they would even cornhole, quote, cornhole each other.
Oh, God, no.
They went to Charleston, and they lost their what Pee-wee called in his book their pussy fuck cherries to prostitutes.
Oh, okay. Anyway,
So
this is bizarre. This is like really, really weird. I don't even know what to say half the time here. Holy crap.
well, he lives the majority of his adult life in Sumter, South Carolina, which is my daughter's mother's hometown. And when I was talking to her, I told her about the podcast. She was like, "Oh, you're doing a true crime podcast?" I said, "Yep." You doing Wee Gaskins? So by request, we're doing Wee Gaskins.
There it is.
Well, also because
In all its glory.
yeah, or lack thereof. But we hadn't, Gerald was the first serial killer we had done in almost 2 months. So I figure I figure December is gonna be serial killer December.
All right.
4 weeks of serial killers before we do, we've got the cult episode. So that one will come out sometime in January, even though we recorded it in September.
I know, right? A
And
while. It's been a while.
And it's a good episode too. It's not like we're just holding it back. But by the time we finally wind up releasing it, the quality of our show is going to have skyrocketed by then. And it's going to seem like it's not that good of an episode when it's released.
It'll be all right.
Yeah, it's a really good episode. Crazy ass story, right up our alley.
Yeah.
So, but they would rob houses. They would even rape little neighborhood boys and threaten them so that they wouldn't talk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because that's what you do.
Because that's what you do when you're doing that kind of thing.
Right.
Robbing boys and raping houses, man, that's a tough life.
Yeah,
Oh, wait. Did I say that backwards? I said that backwards.
I think so. So
Anyway.
the Trouble Trio was broken up, though. They wanted to know what it was like to fuck a virgin, so Marsh volunteered his little sister.
Oh, God. Okay.
So they
How little? How little are we talking here?
6.
6? Oh, man.
Yeah. So
And how old are they now? Dude, they're like
they're
teenagers now, right?
They're like 11, 12 years old.
Okay. They're tweens. Okay.
Yeah, so this is another similarity to douchebag Gerald.
Yeah. All right.
So they lured her to the hideout and they raped her, and she told her parents, but her dad didn't call the police.
Oh, did he go looking? Please tell me he went looking.
He rounded up all three of the boys. He stripped them naked. He strung them up from a tree upside down, and he beat them until they bled.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yep. And, like, all over. Like, just flashbacks of the movie The Passion of the Christ. Well, maybe not that
Right,
bad.
I got you. No, dude, that's
little spoil the rod.
good for him.
You know, spare the rod, spoil the child.
Absolutely.
So, but it obviously didn't work, because otherwise we wouldn't be doing an episode about old Payway.
Yeah, if it had worked, this would have been the shortest episode yet.
Yeah, right. We'll see you next week.
Yeah. Take care, everybody.
So at age 13, Pee-wee was convicted for assaulting a young girl by hitting her in the head with an axe. She had...
An axe?
An axe. She had walked in on him while he was robbing their house, and she had the axe initially. Because, you know, she had heard him, so she went and grabbed the axe, you know.
Okay.
She hit him with it, but not hard enough apparently. But he wound up getting it away with her, and he hit her with it. She survived, and Pee-wee was arrested. And then, and this is the trial where he learned his real name.
Oh.
Yeah, so he was sentenced to 5 years at the South Carolina Industrial School for Boys in Florence. Now, it's kind of funny. I took this out, but on Wikipedia, this is probably something that some chucklehead I love that word, chucklehead.
Yeah, right.
But probably something that somebody added just for shits and giggles. And on the Wikipedia page, it says the South Carolina Industrial School for White Boys.
For white boys?
Yeah, I had it written down, but I'm like, nah, better not. Because, like, if you go there right now, it's there, but somebody could easily find that and edit it, you know?
Oh, yeah. That's funny.
Yeah.
For white boys.
Yeah. So,
but it was different times then, so I mean, it makes sense. It's not
right. But I didn't see that on anything else. It was just
okay.
So that's why I think somebody just edited it. Like, there was this one thing on the New York Jet. This happened like 10, 15 years ago. But on the New York Jets Wikipedia page, somebody went in and edited it, deleted all of the information, all of it, and then just wrote, "The New York Jets suck." I saw a screenshot of it. I mean, it wasn't up for very long, but somebody, probably the guy that did it, screenshotted it and put it online.
Right.
But
well, that's why we love Wikipedia. Man.
Oh yeah.
Because anybody can do anything.
Yep. We could probably go on there and say that Wee Gaskins was the 69th president of the United States.
Yeah. But, and everybody already knows this about Wikipedia. So it's like,
Yeah.
whatever you see on Wikipedia, you take with a grain of salt because...
Right, and that's why you always...
They let psychos fucking just write anything they want on there.
But sometimes you'll get something, like in the case of Pee-wee and with Gerald. The information that they had on there, it was a lot of detail in it. So, but you also want to go to another site and kind of fact check it, which is what I did. Like the Wikipedia page has a lot more information than that all that is interesting page, but it kind of verifies everything that's on the Wikipedia page.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, sometimes it works out, but
yeah,
other times not so much.
Yeah. So I don't think it was called the South Carolina Industrial School for White Boys.
Yeah, probably wasn't. Even considering the times, it probably wasn't.
Right. But he was like he says that he was gang raped by 20 people his first night there. And
wow.
And that just went on. So finally, he became the property of the air quote boss boy in the prison.
Oh, okay.
So basically, Pee-wee was the big dog's bitch. So Pee-wee wound up escaping from the reform school, and he joined a carnival. They had a midget wrestling show, and he became the star performer as the giant.
Oh God, no.
No, he didn't. I made that up.
Because we used to make that. Kevin used to make that joke.
I know.
And I'm like, dude, if that really happened, I'm like, holy fuck, dude. We were just joking about that shit. Somebody really did that.
but
that'd have been great, dude.
That would have been great. That would have been awesome.
I'm like, dude, I'm calling Kevin right now and I'm telling him that shit.
So, but he didn't do that. But he did marry a 13-year-old girl while he was there.
Oh, of course.
But he wound up deciding to return to the reform school to finish his sentence. And there he got 30 days hard labor and 30 lashes for escaping.
Oh.
Yeah, he would later escape, because remember he had a 5-year sentence. So he would escape.
Yeah.
He would escape and return 2 more times. The second time he got 50 lashes and hard labor. The third time he got solitary confinement and nightly lashes.
Oh. Well, hey, at least they're upping the punishment for each time he escapes.
Yeah.
And, instead of maybe, I don't know, just don't let him escape.
Right. But yeah,
and then he keeps turning himself back in. He knows he's gonna get fucking. What the fuck? I don't understand that mentality.
It's the
I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand how he keeps getting out, how he keeps escaping. Like, why the prison guards, or not prison guards, whatever they are not watching him.
Yeah, but he escapes quite a bit in this story.
And B, the fuck does he keep going back for?
Yeah.
Dude, you're out. It's like, what is it? It's like 1940, 1950. There's no computers. They'll never find you. Just go.
Just go. Get the hell out of there. Maybe go to maybe go to Kentucky.
Yeah. Go to Kentucky. You'll blend right in.
So.
Anyway.
So he finally finished his sentence and he was released. So he began working at a tobacco farm, and while he was there, he got involved with an insurance fraud scam. He worked with a friend by collaborating with tobacco farmers for him and his friend to burn their barns for a fee. So they collect the insurance money and then pay Pee-wee.
Okay.
So, but people began to suspect Pee-wee's involvement due to the sudden rash of fires that started up shortly after Pee-wee was released from reform school.
Oh, God, yeah. Let's not make it too obvious.
Yeah. So...
you just got out of jail. You're kind of newish around here.
You're working at a tobacco
barns
farm.
are burning down. Yeah. And everybody's barns are burning down.
And the insurance companies are paying everything out.
Yeah. Can't be that guy, though. That's just coincidence.
Right.
Yeah. God damn, dude. Really?
But I'm Pee-wee. I didn't do that.
Oh, yes, you did.
Yes, you did, Pee-wee. I think that was a little bit of Pee-wee Herman mixed with Woody the Woodpecker.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
That's probably the first time that anybody has ever said Pee-wee Herman and Woody the Woodpecker in the same sentence. Or maybe not. Maybe not. Woody Woodpecker, Pee-wee.
Yeah, Pee-wee, yeah.
Damn,
maybe.
I thought I was...
I mean, I'd be willing to go with that it probably is, but there's a chance that it's not. There's a chance that yeah, never mind. Moving on.
Moving on. So, where was I?
I don't know.
Okay, so-
Woody Woodpecker and Pee Wee Herman.
So his boss's daughter mocked him and told him that he was an idiot. And
Dude, she'd fit right in with us.
and then Pee Wee flipped out and he split the girl's head with a hammer.
Huh?
Yeah, he
Huh.
was he was obviously fired and arrested, and this time he got
Well,
six
yeah.
years. Yeah, 6 years for assault with a deadly weapon and for attempted murder, and this time he was at the hardcore South Carolina penitentiary.
For white boys?
Could
Dude, I
be.
had to, man. You know, you set that up, dude. I've been waiting for the payoff here.
I didn't see that coming either. So
you totally set that one up earlier, dude. I'm like, dude, I'm waiting for the payoff. I know he's going back. Come on.
I didn't even see that coming. Good, great.
Yeah.
So Pee Wee was claimed by a quote power man
Oh, yeah. Again.
named Arthur, and he was his bitch for 6 months. And he decided that he was tired of it. So what do you do in prison for respect? Like if you're to make sure that nobody messes with you?
You find the biggest guy in the yard, and you take him out.
You are correct.
Oh, I got one right the first time. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So
That'll never happen again.
the baddest man in the prison was named Hazel Brazel.
Hazel.
Hazel.
Well, I guess you'd have to be badass if your name was Hazel.
Yeah. He hated that name. And he would throw down with you, or
Gee, I wonder why.
maybe even kill you if you called him Hazel. So
Huh?
Pee Wee came up with a plan that this would be his first credited murder. He started stealing food from the kitchen and then selling it on Hazel's cell block, because you're not just gonna be able to walk into the power man's cell and kill him. He's the baddest man in prison. He's gonna have guards.
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna have a gang. So
Oh, definitely.
So he's selling this food on Hazel's cell block, and then he started giving food to Hazel, and this went on for 5 weeks, and he started kind of gaining Hazel's trust. You know, one day he entered Hazel's cell while Hazel was taking a shit, and he slashed Hazel's throat with a chef's knife.
Oh, damn. That's hardcore.
Yeah, but
Kill a guy while he's taking a shit? God damn,
Yeah.
dude.
winter is coming.
Oh, fuck. I love Tyrion Lannister. He is the best part of that fucking show, man.
Yeah, he was. So I wonder if Pee Wee, I wonder if what's the author of Game of Thrones' name?
George R.R. Martin.
Yeah, I wonder if he knew about that particular. I wonder if he knew about Pee Wee and kind of modeled that scene where Tyrion kills his dad while he's taking a shit after Pee Wee killing Hazel. It's possible.
You know, the similarities are there, so I would say it's definitely possible.
Yeah. I'd love to ask.
I mean, I'm not going to say that yes or either way, but it is definitely a possibility because of just the similarities of that right there. Just
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Dexter was chock full of instances of inspired by real, like that whole scene where he takes his kid to where he takes Harrison to camp, and then on an island, and then goes off to kill somebody after everybody falls asleep, and then comes back the next before they wake up. That's BTK.
yeah,
BTK actually did that twice.
twice.
Yes. but anyway, hashtag but I digress.
Yeah.
But Pee Wee claimed that it was self-defense, and he,
Okay.
yeah. So how are you gonna? A man taking a shit. A man taking a shit is not. You're not in any danger from that man unless he had tacos the night before.
That's what I was gonna say. I mean, dude, was it just like really smelly and you felt like it was going to kill you. So, I mean, like, dude, how do you claim self-defense here?
But I mean, he got 3 years added to his sentence, and he got 6 months in solitary confinement. But when he got out, he was now a power man, and nobody messed with him. So he lived a good prison life, and yeah, and he probably had some bitches too. But can you imagine him going to for some reason being transferred to another prison where nobody knows him? Him walking in there.
Hey, I'm Pee-wee. I'm a power man.
Excuse me, little boy.
Somebody take care of my light work, please.
Yeah, right. Bitch, I will drop kick you over the fucking wall, you tiny little fuck. Get away from me.
I'm Power Man Pee-wee.
I'm not going to say you will respect my authority.
Yeah.
So in 1955, when Pee-wee was only 22 years old, his wife filed for divorce. Yeah, makes sense because, I mean, she's hardly ever seen him at this point, you know?
Well, yeah, no shit, right?
Yeah, so he flipped out and he escaped from prison. He escaped from the South Carolina penitentiary.
Oh. Well, that couldn't have been an easy thing to do.
Well, it helps if it's good to be the power man.
Well, yeah, I guess. And he is small, too. I suppose he can fit in spaces that most normal people can't.
And that's what he did. He hid in a garbage can. That's kind of fitting.
Yeah.
But he had to have people put the lid on the garbage can, too, because you obviously can't put the lid on and secure it from inside it.
Well, yeah, he probably couldn't reach up that high. Oh, God. It's just flowing, dude. I'm good.
Yeah.
Keep on going.
His people, they just put the garbage can that he was in out with the others, and when the garbage truck showed up, I guess it was like a small flatbed that it was just loaded all the things up onto rather than,
did they have compactor trucks back then like we do now?
Actually, they probably didn't. Yeah, they probably
because
didn't.
that would have ruined his fucking day. I would have made him even shorter.
Yeah, like an accordion.
Yeah. Oh, God. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely going to hell for this one. Hey, I'm sorry. All you vertically challenged people out there, I'm picking on this guy, not everyone.
Right.
Okay?
We're only ridiculing Pee-wee here, not all the other short people out there.
Yes. All you other vertically challenged people are just fine in my book.
Right. I mean,
this guy not so much. This guy, I'm gonna beat the shit out of this guy with the short jokes all fucking this whole episode. But
I mean, we do need
it's directed at him, not everyone.
I mean, we do need somebody to get the stuff off the lower shelves for us.
Well, yeah, yeah, I'm not touching that one. I just got done saying I wasn't picking on everybody, just him. And there you go, fucking bashing all of them.
No, how many times has somebody said, you're not tall, but you're not short either. But how many times has a short person said, hey, could you get that for me up there on the top shelf?
Oh, all the time.
Right. So, I've actually done this to short people. I'm like, hey, you're short. Could you get that down there for me?
God. Well, okay, when you put it like that, I guess turnabout is fair play. So,
exactly.
Right. Okay, I'm with you now. I've got you. We're good.
So once the garbage trucks took off and everything, he just, I would imagine that he had to knock the garbage can over. If they had put that garbage can that he was in the center, he'd have been screwed.
All right. There's no way he's getting out of that shit.
But he managed to get out, and so he went down to Florida where his carnival was, because if you remember that's where he met his wife.
Yes.
he went there to try and reconcile with his wife, but she wasn't having it. So, what do you think he did?
Oh, I don't know. Killed her.
No. He married
I don't
another.
know. Kicked her in the shins and ran away.
No, he married another woman,
Bit her
but
kneecap.
he he married another woman, but it was annulled after 2 weeks. So he had
one of those, huh?
Yeah, he had a total of 6 wives, but he only had 1 divorce.
Oh, interesting.
Meaning he was just marrying these women, and then when he got tired of them, he'd just take off.
Yeah.
But you see, that's just the thing about it. It's just like he fell in love with every woman that would talk to him. Like,
Well.
So after that brief marriage, shortly thereafter there was a sideshow contortionist named Betty Gates, and he fell in love with her head over heels, and she talked him into
head over
going,
heels because she's a contortionist.
You got that?
Yeah, I caught it.
So she talked him to going with her to Tennessee to post bail for her brother who was in jail. So
Well,
they took off in a stolen car, and they checked into a local hotel there. And then she sent Pee-wee to the jail with bail money and a carton of cigarettes for her brother.
I'm sorry, just bail money and a carton of cigarettes. That's just, I don't know. That's funny to me. I don't know. Don't ask me why. I mean, I know that's how shit works and all that, but damn, I don't know. That just seems really funny to me.
Yeah, but why would he need a carton if he's about to post bail?
Yeah, it's, he's got bail money. What's he need jail money for? He's got bail money.
Well, you're going to find out.
Okay.
So he dropped it off and then went back to the hotel, but then Betty was gone. And then shortly later, the police broke down the hotel door and arrested Pee-wee.
Oh no.
It turns out Betty's brother wasn't her brother at all. He was actually her husband. And he had used a razor that was hidden in the carton of cigarettes to somehow break out of jail, and then Betty had ratted Pee-wee out.
Oh, damn, that's cold-blooded, man. Fuck.
Yeah. She saw him coming a mile away.
Yeah, she sure did. Fuck. See, that's why you never trust contortionists, man. They're always fucking up to something.
Yeah. They're always bending the rules.
Yes, bending over backwards to break the rules and
Yeah.
fuck other people over.
They're sick
All
and
right, enough of the puns.
sick and twisted people.
Yes, all right, no more puns. On with the story.
So, Pee-wee did time in Tennessee for helping an inmate escape.
Yeah.
He was then transferred to Atlanta to serve a federal sentence for driving a stolen car across state lines.
God.
And then he was transferred back to South Carolina, where he got an additional 9 months added to his sentence for his escape.
Holy shit. Dude, this is like the worst or best fucking comedy of errors I've ever fucking heard.
I know. This is a great story. It really is. And
It's like, dude, just what you think is like, all right, dude, he's out, he's doing, he's blah, blah. No, he's fucked up. He's back.
yeah,
Not only he's back in this jail, now he's back to this jail, and now because he escaped from the first jail, now he's back there. It's like, dude, this guy just can't catch a break.
it's like a redneck Mr. Bean.
Yeah, dude. It's like, seriously, dude, the next time he gets out, he just needs to run and hide and just not talk or do anything with anyone.
Well, all he has to do is not look up and make eye contact with anybody.
Oh yeah, there's that, but he just needs to lay low for a little while because maybe
Well, that's all he can do.
Right there.
That's all he can do is lay low.
I know, dude. I'm getting it, dude. Enough of the puns already. I know. I fell back into it too, but we got to quit talking about it like that, man. He's gonna jump up and bite us on the kneecaps.
I'll bite your legs off. Oh, shit. So in 1964, Pee Wee was released, but old habits die hard. So he started robbing houses again. Now,
Let me guess. He was short on cash. God damn it! I couldn't help it. I know. I gotta take my own advice here and just stop with the damn puns. We get it in small. No,
it just slipped in there. It just slipped in there. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just thought about the shortest little thing that I could think of.
Yeah.
So.
Ghostbusters, I got you. I got you.
So he avoided being arrested. Take a guess. He got away with this for a good minute. He got away with this stint of house robbing for a good minute.
Yeah. No idea, dude. I can't even imagine.
He got a job as a driver and personal assistant for a traveling minister.
Wait, what?
You heard me right. He got a job as a.
How does that even happen?
I don't know. Apparently, he was a pretty good bullshit artist too.
I guess so. Fuck.
But
Dude, I can't even think of a short pun for that one, so I'm just gonna let that go. Let's just keep on rolling.
If it was a couple decades later, I would have been like, okay, could this have been R.G. Stare that he was working for?
Yeah, right.
So, but it was the perfect cover. He was going from town to town, robbing homes, and nobody suspected him for anything.
Yeah.
But at night,
dude, if you're the personal assistant to a minister, yeah, nobody's gonna suspect you of anything.
Nope, not even the Spanish Inquisition.
Not even the Spanish Inquisition.
So, but in 1962, Pee Wee's pee-pee got the best of him again.
Uh-oh.
He was arrested for the statutory rape of a 12-year-old girl.
Oh, man. I thought he was past that. Fuck. All right.
He's never past that. But
don't tell me that.
He escaped.
Spoilers, man. Spoilers.
Sorry. But so he escaped out of the jail, and then he headed to Greensboro, North Carolina, in a stolen car, crossing state
He didn't
lines.
learn the first time. Okay.
No.
That's
So
fucking idiot.
yeah, there in Greensboro, North Carolina, he met and married a 17-year-old girl. Now, she turned him in after he told her about his latest brush with the law with the 12-year-old girl.
Oh, good for her.
Mm-hmm. So this time he got 6 years in the Columbia Penitentiary. In 1968, he apparently didn't escape this time. So in 1968,
really? They caught on to him?
yeah, or he didn't try.
Yeah, could be.
You know, Power Man and all that stuff.
Yeah, well, you know.
So
sometimes you just gotta stay in and be the power man.
Yep. But in 1968, he was released, and then he decided that he would never go back to prison again, meaning, of course, no witnesses.
Yeah.
So then he moved to Sumter, South Carolina, where he got a job with a roofing company. Now, I'm going to digress here a little bit about Sumter, because I've lived there before. And, oh, God, you want to... Okay, when they were building I-95, they asked the city officials of Sumter if they wanted to route I-95 through or on the outskirts of Sumter, and they said no, because they didn't want the interstate, you know, all the issues that came with it. Right. So there's a town just south of that called Manning, and the interstate goes right by it, and now that town's starting to boom. Sumter is falling apart. It's like 20 miles away from I-95, and it's about it's about 30 miles away from I-77, so it's basically cut off from the interstate.
Uh-huh.
It's just stupid planning, if you ask me. But
Oh yeah.
but so I was listening to the mayoral debates one time, and the incumbent mayor, he's like, I'm proud of my record with Sumter. And I'm like, okay, that right there tells me I shouldn't vote for you.
Straight out the gate.
Yeah, and then the challenger was a female, and she's like, because they have Shaw Air Force Base there. They're like, well, I asked them, it's like, when they come out of Shaw, they take a right and go to Columbia. They should be taking a left and going into Sumter. And I asked them why, and they're like, because there's nothing to do. I'm like, well, we got Swan. Maybe you're just looking for the wrong things to do.
All right.
We got Swan Lake. We've got the Opera House. Now, what soldiers? What Air Force airman is going to want to? Swan Lake's cool like once or twice, but that's not something. And there's only five bars in the entire town, and they're all shitholes.
Yeah.
But this is just the there was an ad for I don't know, it might have been an auto shop or something like that. It was a local ad, and the guy comes on, he says, "Hey y'all, the Gamecocks are looking good this year," and then it goes into the thing. But it was June when they ran the ad.
Oh God.
It wasn't even football season. They're just, the Gamecocks looking good this year. What? Their team photo?
Yeah. What on Facebook?
Anyway.
Their Facebook page is looking pretty good, huh?
Yeah. But oh man, it's just oh God, I hate it.
I don't know.
I
When was
hated
this? Was
that town.
it Facebook then, or was it MySpace still? I don't even know how long ago this was you're talking about.
It was still MySpace at that point, I think.
Does anybody remember MySpace? Christ, I'm old.
I miss MySpace. MySpace was cool. I liked MySpace. You could learn how to code just off of MySpace.
Yeah. MySpace was good, and then Marky Mark and the Zuckerbergs fucking
Yeah.
showed up with Facebook.
Did you have an intro song on yours?
Did I do what?
Did you have an intro song on your MySpace page?
I believe I did.
I did. Mine was Painkiller.
I don't. I dude, it's like what was like MySpace was what 2005 or 6 or something like that.
Something like that.
Dude, I don't even remember.
people would
I
click-
mean, that's so
people
long
would-
ago, dude. I think I had.
People
a
would
song,
click
but I
on
don't-
mine. People would click on mine, and you hear freaking. So
Yeah.
anyway, hashtag but I
Then
digress.
I got Facebook, and all of a sudden,
Yeah,
MySpace
I reluctantly.
disappeared.
Yep. And Tom became a rich man.
Yeah. Well, he had to do what he had to do.
Yep. So, hashtag but I digress.
Yeah, there we went.
A lot of serial killers will describe something that takes over them, that makes them kill. Like BTK, it was Factor X.
Yeah.
David Berkowitz, it was a black lab.
Yeah.
Ed Kemper, it was Mother. Shout out to Time Suck. But Pee-wee didn't identify a mystical force or anything like that or specific trigger, but he did say that he killed and raped and tortured as a result of bothersomeness feelings. Bothersomeness feelings.
Bothersomeness feeling.
Yeah.
Okay. Not even sure what that means, but all right.
It's not as wacky as Factor X or a talking dog, but
Well, dude,
yeah,
the fucking cobra gave him a boner, dude. Just fucking say it was the cobra. You got cobra boner and fucking just decided to kill people.
Are you reading my notes?
It might be. I don't know.
But he just liked killing. But I'm surprised he didn't blame the cobra though.
No shit,
It's
dude.
literally about to bring up the cobra, and you're talking about the cobra.
Yeah, dude. I mean, fuck.
So
Oh, I
So-
remember what we talked about at the beginning of this. It hasn't been that long.
So, in a way, he did blame the cobra, but he also blamed his past. But people have bad childhoods all the time, and they don't become serial killers.
That's true.
So, Pee Wee would keep his victims alive for days, and he would sever body parts from them while they were alive, and force them to watch.
Oh.
He would even eat body parts and make victims eat like chunks of themselves.
Huh.
But hold on, there's an asterisk by this that we're going to get to. For Pee Wee, it was all to relieve himself of them them aggravated and bothersome feelings.
Yes. I'm feeling bothersome
Okay,
today.
so Pee Wee had two types of killings. One was the coastal killings, which that was where he was picking up women along I-95 in Georgia and the Carolinas. And the coastal killings, they ran from 1969 to 1975.
Okay.
And he started picking up hitchhikers and getting comfortable with pushing the envelope with them. And he would proposition them for sex, and when they turned him down, he'd flip out of them and kick them out of the car.
All right.
And he eventually escalated to murder, and he boasted of about 90 or so coastal killings. But he only mentioned one of these supposed victims by name, which we'll get to shortly.
Okey-dokey.
But the coastal killings likely never happened, at least not to the degree that Pee Wee claimed. He was never charged with a single one of these coastal killings. And he really only talked about them. He started talking about it after he was already in prison, and he went into detail about them in his book.
All right.
But the biggest thing is there wasn't a rash of missing women or bodies found in that area during that time, or ever for that matter.
Oh, yeah. So.
If 90 women went missing along the I-95 corridor going through Georgia and the Carolinas, it would have made news.
Yeah, somebody would have said something.
Yeah. It was like, South Carolina, we've had like 10 people over the past year disappear, and North Carolina, us too, and then Georgia, yeah, we've had some too. It would have it would have been brought up.
Yeah, yeah. Somebody would have noticed.
Right. So he probably did kill a few women along the coastal killing route, and probably made up the rest.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah. So this is where the cannibal claim came from. He allegedly his first coastal killing, when the woman rejected him, he attacked her. He punched her repeatedly until she passed out. He tied her up, and then they drove to a secluded area. And when she woke up, he cut off one of her nipples, chewed on it, and then forced her to swallow it.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Ugh.
He then pulled her out of the car, or out of his truck, bent her over, and stuck a large knife in her vagina and jerked upward.
Ouch.
He then chained her to a log and then tossed her into a swamp and watched her drown. Now the one that he had a name for was Ann Culberson, a 17-year-old girl who he abducted in Myrtle Beach. He held her captive for 4 days, raped her and tortured her repeatedly, and then beat her head with a hammer and cut her throat. Now, do you notice a difference between those two stories?
I don't know, dude. I was just, yeah. I mean, I guess there's.
One, the first one is crazy detailed.
Yeah.
Like he had a long time to make it up. And then the second one, the one where Ann Culberson, there's not a lot of details.
Yeah.
It's just like, this, and this, and done. So that one probably did happen,
Right. Yeah, and then he had just made up the other one.
Right. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah,
I'm sorry. Honestly, I was just trying to take it all in and really wasn't paying attention to that.
Yeah, there's a really major trigger warning coming later on, but but it's one that probably didn't happen.
Oh, it's one of those.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I guess that makes it better in some way.
yeah. So the other types of murders that he had were called serious murders, and these were people that he knew or people that he had some specific trigger on, like racism, for example.
Oh,
He allegedly killed an African American couple named Eddie and Bertie Brown. He murdered them and buried them near Columbia, South Carolina. Excuse me.
okay.
He also claimed that he murdered a black man named Horace Jones, and these he labeled them as serious murders, but they were never confirmed.
Kind of sounds like he has a bit of an active imagination.
Right.
Ish.
But buckle up because now we're getting to the confirmed serious murders.
Well, okay. Here we go.
Yeah. So in November of 1970, the first two of his victims. Now, at this point, all he's killed is Hazel.
Right.
Yeah. That we know of. He probably did some of the coastal killings, but just not nearly as many. But
yeah.
The first two were his niece, 15-year-old Janice Kirby, and her friend Patricia Allsbrook, who was 17 years old. Pee-wee found them drunk and then drove them to his house. There, he put a knife to his niece Janet's throat. But Patricia hit him with a board, and then they both ran outside. But Pee-wee caught up to them, and he knocked Janet out. And then he beat Patricia and knocked her out, and then he put her into the septic tank alive.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Oh,
then he raped Janet and he beat her to death and buried her.
oh.
His own niece.
His own niece. Jesus Christ, dude. All right. I mean, no, it's not all right. I always say that. I always say, all right, like, moving on.
I know.
But
Yeah.
it's not all right. No, dude. That's fucked up. I know I also said, too, in the last episode that I was going to try not to cuss as much, but God damn it, that's fucking fucked up.
It is.
There's just no other way to say that.
I know. But Pee-wee was a suspect in their disappearances, but he said that they had been talking about running away to California and that he'd seen them get into a car with two guys the day that they went missing. So the girls were listed as runaways.
Oh, okay.
You know, his brother or brother-in-law should have tough Tony'd him.
No shit. Yeah, but you know, dude, we wouldn't have no stories to tell if everybody got fucking tough Tony'd like we want them to.
Yeah, and you know what? The ones where they get tough Tony'd, they're going to be an occasional surprise for us. We've got the one episode where a dude gets tough Tony'd.
Yeah.
You know, John Ashley gets tough Tony'd as well. But
Well, you know what I mean.
yeah. So later that year, he kidnapped, raped, and tortured and murdered 13-year-old Becky Catino. He had hit on her, but she had given him a serious admonishing. And she was the daughter of a South Carolina senator, so Pee-wee had to be careful. He couldn't let the disrespect go. Like, I'm Pee-wee!
Right?
So he came up with an alibi a day or two later. Yeah,
of course he did.
talk about premeditation.
Yeah, right?
He went to a bar in Charleston where he was a regular at, and he made his presence known. He'd probably just walking around, I'm Pee-wee, I'm here, I'm Pee-wee.
Right?
I'm Pee-wee. I gotta run to the store. But when I get back,
Yeah.
when I get done at the store, I think I'm gonna go over to that other bar because I'm pay weight.
Yeah.
So,
I go get some smokes.
so he then drove back to Sumter, which is, if I remember correctly, about an hour and a half away. He knew where Peggy was. He grabbed her, he killed her, and then he dumped her body where it would be easily found. And then he went back to Charleston to a different bar.
Oh.
Yeah, where everybody knew him. Yeah.
I'm pay weight. I'm here.
Did you go? Yeah, you went to Cheers, right, where everybody knows your name.
Yeah.
Oh God,
But-
I'm doing it again. Fuck my life. Anyway. God,
But
can't help it.
That's a pretty good alibi, though. That's a pretty good way to set yourself up like that.
Yeah.
You know. But somebody else went down for this.
Oh, really?
Another murderer named William Pierce. The thing is there's no evidence that Pee Wee killed her. Yeah, she was killed. She was killed, yes, but it's doubted that Pee Wee did it.
Oh. Okay.
So he probably just knew about it and just decided that he was going to take claim for it or
Take
whatever.
credit for it?
And-
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? It's very possible that William Pierce was the one that did it.
Right.
You know, if they had enough evidence to put him in the jail, you know, to arrest him or whatever, then, hey, maybe he did do it.
It's possible.
You know, yep.
No, I'm not.
So, but shortly after this, he bought a black hearse. he put
Black
a s-
hearse. Okay.
Yeah, not horse, hearse.
No, I know hearse. Yeah, I got you a hearse.
Right.
I know what you're talking about.
But he put a sticker on it that said "We haul anything," and then with a Sharpie he wrote "Alive or dead."
Oh God. Of course he did.
That's-
Because, you know, why wouldn't you do something like that when you own a hearse? I mean, fuck.
But he also takes a page from the Ed Gein playbook. Whenever people would ask him, it was like, "What do you need a hearse for?" He's like, "Oh, it's got to have something to haul my murder victims around in."
Right?
Yeah,
And
Ed Gein.
nobody's gonna think you're fucking serious about it when you say it like that. you know?
Right. Ed Gein, you know, his I can't remember the woman's name, but she had gone missing. Everybody's like, "Yeah, I wonder where she is." Ed Gein's like, "Oh, I've got her hanging up on the wall at the house." And everybody's like, "Oh, you're so funny, Ed."
Oh, you got jokes, Ed.
Yeah. But the thing,
Don't
thing about-
and don't even get started about how he won all them chili cook-offs.
So
and you know, please feel free to infer whatever you want from that. But
yeah. So in March of 1971, Pee Wee poisoned Martha Ann Dix, a 20-year-old black woman who was pregnant. Yeah, she, you know, Pee Wee hated black people, but this one he kind of made an exception for. He knew her and kind of got along with her in passing, you
Uh-huh.
know. But she was making jokes saying that Pee Wee was her baby's father.
uh-oh.
And Pee Wee said, so he invited her over and everything, and then poisoned her and buried her.
Oh, shit.
And then Pee Wee later said that he killed her. Pee Wee may have been a lot of things, but as far as he was concerned, he wasn't no racist, and he definitely didn't like the drugs. So he said that Martha Ann was his niece's drug dealer.
Okay.
But like I said before, Pee Wee was a racist prick. In 1970, he met a white woman named Doreen Dempsey. In 1971, she gave birth to an interracial child, Robin. And they were friends, but in 1973, she told them that she was pregnant again with another black man's baby.
Uh-oh.
Doreen had been staying with another friend of Pee Wee's, a guy named Johnny Sellers. Sellers had brought Doreen to Pee Wee's to Pee Wee's Playhouse, and
Pee-wee's Playhouse. Fuck. That one you almost got me. You almost got by me with that one, dude.
So
I'm sitting here like totally just like fucking trying to take all this fucking shit in, dude. And that one almost snuck by me, but I got it. You almost snuck it by me.
So he had brought her. Johnny had brought her there to talk to Pee Wee about her possibly staying with him. And Pee Wee got pissed, and he raped both her and the 2-year-old Robin, and drowned both of them and buried them on his property.
Oh, damn it!
That's the police's version.
A fucking 2-year-old. Come on. God.
Huh?
A 2-year-old?
Yeah.
Jeez. God.
That's the police's version.
Yeah, okay.
Pee Wee's version, he had a trailer that she could stay in for free in exchange for some, quote, favors.
Oh.
Whatever he wanted.
Uh-huh.
And she agreed, and they drove off in the hearse. So while in the hearse, now keep in mind she's pregnant, very pregnant. He told her to get naked and give him a blowjob.
Okay.
Yeah. And she hesitated because her daughter was in the car. But then finally she got in the back of the hearse, and Pee Wee pulled over, and he got naked, and he got into the back with Doreen. He then handcuffed her, and then and when she kind of got spooked about that, he's like, it's just a game. We're just playing around. I'm Pee Wee. I'm funny. I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Sure.
So, yeah. So, Doreen started favoring, and then he reached around and started undressing Robin, who was in the back with them. Doreen flipped out, and then Pee Wee hit her with a hammer, and then he violated Robin in every way imaginable, and then choked her to death. He said that was the greatest feeling that he had ever had, and then he then cut Doreen's throat and buried both of them.
So it was better than the Cobra boner?
Apparently. But once again, I mean, he did kill these two, and he probably did rape both of them. But once again, there's too many details here. There's far too many details. I really doubt that it happened that way. I mean,
yeah, it didn't. I doubt it happened the way he described it. It's probably closer to what the police said, but yeah.
But mine was like was like 2.5, 3 paragraphs long. Okay, in his book, we're talking about like 2.5 pages long of a very gory, disgusting, disturbing description, which I'm not going to. Yeah, I wasn't gonna. There's another podcast that did read the whole thing, and that's
we don't need to do that.
No, and I'm not knocking them for doing it, but
oh no, not at all. We don't need to do that.
No.
But yeah, I mean, it's probably the first version is probably closer to the truth.
Right, the police's version.
Yeah, or closest to the truth, because I mean, I don't know, dude. He's whatever. He's fucking just probably. I mean, you've mentioned it before, but yeah, it's too detailed. Like he's had time to sit there and think about it and make up shit, like fantasize about how he wished it happened.
Right, exactly. And
I mean, obviously he really did kill these people. But or either that, or he's just like fantasizing about how he would kill people and just making up stories. And
well, I mean, police interrogators. I mean, they'll say that like if they're interrogating somebody and they go into this long, super detailed account of what happened, then they know they more than likely got their guy. Because it's like. It's the difference here. It's like the police's version, and the other story. The other story about, Pee Wee's version versus the official version. You know, it's just his versions are always like super detailed.
Right.
So,
But it's also like, like I said though, dude, it's like, like you sit there and you make up like you fantasize a story and you make up all these details and it's like, did it really happen that way? No, but or did it really happen that way? You know what I
yeah.
mean? But yeah, dude, I don't know. It sounds to me like he's fucking just making up details because he wants to be.
He wants to be remembered as a hardcore serial killer. And the thing is
Yeah.
just the fact alone that he killed 15 people puts him up there with Ramirez.
Well, yeah, dude. I mean, you know what I mean, though. But like, I don't know. It sounds to me like he's like all these detailed versions of the stories that he tells. Sounds like he's.
It goes
like
back to what
fantasizing about it and making shit up. You know what I mean?
It goes back to what I said in the very beginning. He has a Napoleon complex.
Yeah, exactly. But maybe that's probably why I feel the way I feel about like his telling of stories is like he is making shit up. Not not necessarily making it up, but
he's inflating the detail. And we're gonna see.
He's fantasizing about how he wished he'd have fucking done it or whatever. You know what I mean?
We're gonna see later, here with another victim about his side of the story that's gonna make you laugh your ass off.
All right, well.
So, in June of 1974, the man that I had his friend and business partner Johnny Sellers that I had just mentioned. Yeah, he shot him. He was 36 years old when he died, and they had the auto theft ring that I mentioned before, and they were stripping cars.
Oh yeah.
And but Pee Wee wasn't paying him paying Johnny for his cut of the money for a boat that he had stolen.
Oh.
So he told Johnny and his girlfriend Jessie Judy, and I am not making that name up, to meet them at his property. And he supposedly had money stashed out in the back of his property. He had a couple acres, wooded. So
okay.
He led them to the spot, and he shot Johnny in the back of the head, and then stabbed Jessie to death, and then buried both of them.
All right.
So
that's the police version of the story. Now, what's his version of the story?
That's the only version of this story.
I know. I'm just because what we were just talking about.
Oh, I know. You'll
anyway.
know when it gets here. And but 1975. This was 1974. 1975 was Pee Wee's deadliest year. And a man named Cyrus Barnwell Yates, he was 45. He was murdered in February of 1975. And Yates had been fighting with his ex-girlfriend, Suzanne Kipper Owens. Now, she and her husband had paid Pee Wee $1,500 to kill Yates.
Oh, wow. Murder for hire scheme going on here.
Yeah, Pee Wee's a hitman, too. So
apparently.
So this is the one that I was telling you about. It's going to make you laugh. When I didn't realize it was like next, but
well, thank God it's next because I need a laugh. Holy fuck.
Okay, so when his body was found, it was obvious that his throat had been slit with a knife, but Pee Wee swore that it was a karate chop.
Now, I'm Pee Wee, and I got razor blades in my hand. So when I go, hi-ya,
oh God,
this arm and hand is like one of them guillotines. Yeah.
Oh fuck! Oh my God! He said he karate chopped it and it slit his throat. Oh my God! Fuck! God damn! What? Yeah. I got nothing. Fuck. I karate chopped him, and it slit his throat. God.
Okay, since you're
Fuck,
the
just when you think you hear, just when you thought you've heard it all, somebody goes, "Here, hold my beer."
But Pee-wee didn't drink. Surprisingly, Pee-wee
Yeah, you know what I mean, though.
Yeah, I know, but
I'm talking about us Florida people because, like,
yeah, I know, but
this is
but
like
Pee-wee-
you know, like here in Florida. Oh, dude, I've heard it all now. And then somebody comes up to you, and goes, "Hold my beer."
hold my beer. No, but it, oh man, you're the resident martial arts expert. What would how fast would you have to karate chop somebody's neck in order for it to look
You can't.
just like I know.
I mean, I suppose if your fingernails were long enough and you filed them just right, you might be able to scratch somebody when you
Scratch
swung past their
somebody,
neck
yeah.
like that.
But it would break the fingernail.
But I don't.
wouldn't
But
it?
you. It depends on some. There's probably. I mean, I'm not talking like fucking like long ass fucking hooker nails.
Yeah,
But no, you can't karate chop somebody in the neck and make it look like a knife slit their throat, like their throat was split by a knife. That doesn't happen. As we all know, obviously, that didn't need to be explained. But
right.
oh my
But-
god, dude, he fucking said he karate chopped him in a fucking. Oh my fuck,
Did you just say "oh my fuck"?
I did. Dude, I'm speechless. I don't even know, like.
So in April 1975, Diane Neely, she was 25. She was separated from her husband Walter. Now Walter was one of Pee-wee's associates in the car theft ring, and she had threatened to report Pee-wee to the police.
To the police?
To the police. Believe it or not.
Is that like R.I.P.D.? Have you seen that movie? Never mind. Never mind.
Okay.
Carry on.
But feel free to sponsor us, Ripley's. But but so she had threatened to report Pee-wee to the police about his crimes with the car theft, as well as him letting underage teenagers have sex in his house.
Oh.
So, and he was probably obviously having sex with them as well.
Oh, I have no doubt based on his past.
Yeah. So Pee-wee invited her over to talk about it, and he stabbed her to death. But she had brought
With
her
karate chops.
Nah, this was she actually stabbed him.
I couldn't help it.
But when he was stabbing her, he probably was going hi-ya, hi-ya, hi-ya.
In his mind, he was karate chopping her.
I'm Pee-wee. You see that thing where they like push their hands into you and pull out a tumor. You know, like
Oh,
that
God.
like that there Andy Kaufman, like that guy.
Yeah.
What happened to him?
That Andy Kaufman guy. Yeah.
See, I can actually do it for real because my fingers are that sharp. Because I'm Pee-wee.
Oh God. Definitely going to hell now.
But she had brought her boyfriend with her, 34-year-old Avery Howard. And Pee-wee shot him to death first, obviously.
With karate chops.
Yeah, shot him with a karate chop.
Yeah. Dude,
So-
that's not ever going away for the rest of this episode now that you said that.
Or any other episode for that matter.
Yeah, right? Dude, yeah, that karate chop, dude. There's a t-shirt there too. I just gotta figure out the right
Just
way to
gotta
pull it
think
off.
of it. Yeah. But so he would have been a witness, to him killing Diane. But But he had also asked Pee Wee for money to cover legal expenses for his arrest. Now, he was part of the auto theft ring too, but Pee Wee killed him because he was afraid that Avery would rat him out.
Right.
And it's like if you're in a car chopping ring or whatever, a car theft ring or whatever. This is just a public service announcement. If you're gonna do that, if the guy that's heading it up, his name is Pee Wee, run.
Yeah. Go find another car chopping ring to be a part of.
Yeah, like Bruno. Find a Bruno.
Yeah, find Bruno.
I don't know why I said Bruno. It just popped in. It was just the first thing that popped into my head.
Find Bruno or like Memphis Gaines. Go hang out with Memphis.
I think my thought process was a guy named Bruno. Okay, he sounds, Bruno. That sounds, mean and shady or whatever.
Right.
If somebody's called Pee Wee,
not so much.
Not so much.
Oh God. Yep. Here we go. All right.
I think Pee Wee Gaskins is Napoleon Bonaparte reincarnated.
Nah, he's too short.
Was he taller than Napoleon? Or was Napoleon taller than him?
Yeah, dude, everybody says, like, the whole Napoleon complex thing is because everybody thinks that Napoleon was, like, really, really short.
Yeah.
Napoleon was, like, 5'7". He was, like, average height.
No, and then back then, 5'7" was actually a little...
But see, the reason why everybody thinks he's short is because, like the foot, the measurement, like 1 foot, was different everywhere you went.
Oh. Okay.
So, like, by today's standards, he was actually probably like 5'7". But back then, he could have, depending on which unit, which foot you were using to measure things, he could have been anywhere from like 5 foot to 5'2", 5'3", 5'4", whatever. Because every place had a different length for the foot.
People were shorter back then than they are now, and a foot is 12 inches. What the fuck did they do? Find Bigfoot?
I don't know, dude. I'm just telling you, dude. I read that somewhere. I mean, and it wasn't Wikipedia, so I know it's true.
Actually, excuse me. Actually, now that you mentioned that, I think I have heard that before. That rings a bell.
I think we talked about it before.
We might have.
Maybe not on the podcast, but maybe like in a phone call or something. But I think we've talked about this before.
I think.
Yeah, dude. I forget where I saw it. It may have been on YouTube. I mean, whatever. I saw it on the internet, so it's got to be true, right?
Okay, so he wasn't Napoleon reincarnated. He was Lord Farquaad reincarnated.
There you go. We'll go with Farquaad. I like that.
Later in 1975, Pee Wee stabbed 13-year-old Kim Gilkins to death to keep her from telling Charleston police that he had moved her to Charleston from Sumter without her parents' permission. And he had also been sexually abusing her as well as lending her out to other men.
Oh, so he's pimping now, huh?
No, he's not pimping. He's not making money. He's just like lending.
All right, we'll call it that.
Yeah, because I don't want it. It's a 13-year-old girl. I don't want to. No, I have
no. Yeah, you're right. I know. Anyway, moving on.
In October of 1975, Pee Wee killed 27-year-old Dennis Bellamy and John Henry Knight, who was 15. They were half brothers, and Pee Wee's previous victim, Diane Bellamy, was their sister. So Pee Wee had promised to pay Dennis for some stolen guns, but he kept blowing Dennis off. So Dennis and John confronted Pee Wee at his house. That was not a good move.
No, it doesn't sound like that was a good move. Or it doesn't seem like that would be a good move.
Right. So Pee Wee's just like, hey, I'll just give the guns back to you. All right, Dennis, I'll give the guns back to you. They're at the back of my property.
Everything's at the back of his property.
So we'll go back there and get him. John, you stay in here and watch guard and everything because I saw a cop car going. I don't know if that's for whatever reason John was left in the house, and Pee Wee and Dennis. So they go to the back of the property where he allegedly had the guns stashed. So they got to the spot and there were 2 graves that had been dug.
Oh.
He shot Dennis and dumped him into one grave. And then he went back to get John, telling him that Dennis needed help with the guns. So John then followed Pee Wee out there, and then he shot John and then dumped him into the other grave and buried them both.
Well, I mean, he was truthful. He did give him the guns back, one bullet at a time.
One bullet at a time, and he did need yeah, I mean, Dennis did need help with the guns.
Yeah, he did, because it's kind of hard to carry guns when you're dead in a fucking hole.
Dead, yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, God. But
boy.
if I think the underlying moral of this entire story is it just proves that there's no honor among thieves.
No, there never is.
Nope. So, in November of 1975, Pee Wee met with his associate, Walter Neely. He told Walter about several of his murders, and he even told Walter where some of the bodies were buried.
Oh.
Pee Wee was testing Walter's loyalty because he liked Walter. But Pee Wee had killed his ex-wife.
Yeah.
Diane, I think it was Diane. Diane Neely.
And like most of his family.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I mean, like, did you say like the kids that he killed were like related to her?
No, not to her. That was a different one.
Oh, okay.
This is the one where hold on, let me go back. Just for
go back, because I thought you said that one of the whatever the John Henry.
Okay,
whatever.
Diane Neely. He was. Yeah, what was his was Walter's ex-wife, Walter Neely.
Yeah.
And she was the one who had threatened to report Pee Wee about the crimes for the car theft ring and letting teenagers have sex in his house.
Okay.
And she brought her boyfriend with him to talk about it, and he stabbed her and then shot him.
Yeah. With a karate chop.
Yeah, so that was Walter's ex-wife.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I remember that, but I thought you said something about like he killed like 2 like teenage boys or something. And
Yeah,
they were, like,
that was
related to her.
Yeah,
or that was somebody else.
That was somebody else. That was that was.
It was just recently, like you just said it, like not that long ago. I don't know, dude.
Diane Bellamy. Diane Bellamy.
Okay, well they're both Diane, so you got to give them.
They're both
like
Diane.
half
Holy
right.
crap!
That was half right.
Yeah. So.
Okay, never mind. My bad. I got the last names wrong. Moving on.
But Pee Wee liked Walter, but Pee Wee had killed his ex-wife, and the whole prospect of this knowledge disgusted Walter. He went to the police and he told them that Pee Wee had confessed to the killings of Dennis and John, among others. And Pee Wee was arrested, and they discovered 8 bodies on his property.
Oh.
So Pee Wee is
at the back, right?
Yeah, the back of the property. Yeah.
I can't help it. It's shit always goes on in the back of his property for some reason.
And they were all karate chopped.
Karate chopped with their throat slit by a karate chop.
So Pee Wee was tried and convicted of murder in May of 1976. He was sentenced to death, but that was changed to life when South Carolina did away with the death penalty in accordance to the U.S. Supreme Court guidelines for the death penalty.
Okay.
But he was only convicted of one murder. It was kind of like, we know you did all these others. There's no reason to waste taxpayer money and all that stuff. So you're going down.
Yeah.
So
So they basically made a it was like, okay, yeah, we know that he did these other people. We only need one to fry his ass, so we're gonna do that rather than do that. And I'm on the fence on that one. I mean, it's just like one thing is just like, okay, yeah, save time, save. This guy's a grandstander, kind of like Larry Ray, but but also the families do need their closure and whatnot.
Well, yeah, of course.
But so I'm on the fence about it. Especially
Yeah,
when he-
totally, dude. I mean, it's like, I mean, yeah, I get why they didn't go after them all, but yeah, they should have still though. Screw it. I mean,
Right, and that happens frequently with a lot of these serial cases. So it's just like, okay, we got him on this. That's enough to put him away. But we know
justice is
he
served. Yeah.
we know he did all of these others as well. So there you go. Yeah, and I totally get it, but yeah, it does kind of suck for the families because they might want to face that piece of shit in court,
Yeah.
But
Totally.
I get it for reasons, for financial reasons and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, no, I totally get all that, but at the same time, it's like, damn, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. The guy, how many life sentences can a person actually serve?
Right. Exactly. But so what?
I mean, okay, we got him once for life. I mean, dude, he's going to be in jail for the rest of his life.
Right.
Do we need to go after everybody else?
Right. And at this point, there were 15 murders. 15. Well, 14. 14 murders. So what do you think happens next?
Fuck, I don't know. Seriously, after the whole, he said he karate chopped the guy and slit his throat, dude. I have no idea what this guy is gonna do next, man.
He commits one more murder.
Oh, yeah, how'd he manage that? Oh, did he kill somebody in prison?
Yep.
So he could be the fucking top dog again or whatever the fuck?
No, that he was going back to Hitman.
Oh, okay.
So on September 2nd, 1982, Pee Wee committed the murder. This is the murder that got him dubbed the meanest man in America. And he was in South Carolina Correctional Institution, and he had killed another death row inmate named Rudolph Tyner. And Tyner was on death row, and I'm saying death row because they were life in sentence, and they still, life in prison. But South Carolina had also reinstated their death penalty at this point.
Oh, okay. Good.
So, I think South Carolina still does have. I think they're one of the few states that still has the death penalty. But so he was in there for killing an elderly couple during an armed robbery gone bad. The elderly couple, they had a store in Morrell's Inlet, South Carolina. That's near Charleston, and Tyner killed both of them. The couple's son, a guy named Tony Simo, he knew someone who knew Pee Wee, and that person had told him that this guy Pee Wee, who was in prison, had killed for pay before. So this random person whose name is not mentioned got Tony in touch with Pee Wee, and there's actually recorded phone calls of Pee Wee and Tony talking, but it's in code.
Oh.
I mean,
code.
Yeah, I mean, Pee Wee, he did a lot of stupid shit, but he also did a lot of brilliant stuff too.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like he's not quite as dumb as I may have thought he was at the beginning.
Right. He
Dude,
learned.
Yeah, like seriously,
evolved.
the whole thing, like where he like let him out one at a time to fucking and already had the holes dug for him.
Right.
That's fucking thinking ahead, dude. That is smart.
I mean, that's right out of a. I mean, that's right out of a freaking mafia movie. And one of the time, I think it was when he was in Atlanta, he said that he had met up with this crime boss this mob boss that was there, and he was there during the same time that Pee Wee was there, and he said that he got his education from this guy. So I mean, yeah, that whole thing about leading them out to the graves and stuff like that, that's right out of a that could have been a scene in Goodfellas.
Oh yeah.
You know?
No, dude, that was good thinking, dude. All right. So I mean, it's like, yeah, I mean, he does dumb shit, and we make fun of and laugh at him, but he obviously had some kind of.
Yeah, he was
Whatever.
intelligent.
Yeah, he had some intelligence. Yeah, definitely had some intelligence for sure.
He was a dumbass as a young man, but he evolved. He evolved. He learned from his mistakes and everything. Well, he learned how not to get caught.
Yeah, he learned how to not get caught. That's.
And I said earlier that he never drank. I think he probably might have decided to take it up the night that he talked to Walter Neely.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just speculation. Speculation. Because why else would you just spill your guts to somebody who you? Well, maybe you thought, well, I off this dude's ex-wife. He owes me. Maybe.
He owes me. Yeah.
Yeah.
He owes. I fucking have. Oh, that's great. Yeah.
I killed Walter's ex-wife and her stupid ass boyfriend. So Walter owes me something. You owe me, Walter, because I'm Pee Wee. I'm Pee Wee.
Fucking Pee Wee. Yeah.
No, I'm Pee Wee. I'm 6'4", but I'm Pee Wee.
Welcome, new listeners.
Yeah.
We've been getting a lot of them thanks to Florida Men on Florida Man podcast and the Brohio podcast.
And Brohios. Thank you,
yeah,
Brohios.
They played ads for us,
Man.
and it was awesome. We're loving it. You know, we've got a whole. It's like our listeners have doubled.
Yeah. Well, now they just got cut in half after this episode, but yeah, it'll be all right.
Nah. So they agreed on a price, and Pee Wee went to work. You know, he had to get creative since he wasn't just going to be able to just go into a cell and off him because death row inmates aren't allowed to interact.
Right.
So take a guess at what he does. I'll give you $1,000 if you get it right.
Oh God. Well, first of all, you don't got $1,000 to give me. So.
I'll start making payments if
you'll
you get it
owe
right.
me. Yeah, you'll owe me.
You know I'm good for it though.
I do. Oh, what the? Well, okay. What? Let's see. What would this guy do? Oh God, what he probably what he do? Like climb in a laundry bin and have himself smuggled in or something?
No.
Well, you know, I was trying to think of the most outrageous thing I could think of, and that's not even that outrageous. What'd he do? He asked for a rock hammer so he could hammer through the wall and get to him. Why do I keep going back to Shawshank? I don't know.
That would be believable, but no. In this story, that would be believable. But now, Pee Wee tried several times to kill Tyner by poisoning his food or drink, but Tyner must have been a relative of Michael Malloy because it didn't work.
Oh. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. See, I never would have guessed that.
So he comes up with something else. Take a guess again. I'll give you $500 if you get it right this time. So the poisoning didn't work. The poisoning didn't work. So what does he come up with next? Hell, I can offer you $5,000 on this one because you will never get it in a million years.
Fuck, I don't know. I have no idea. He fed him bad sardines. with like glass and battery acid and shit in it. I don't fucking know.
That, for new listeners, that's our first episode, The Death of Michael Malloy. You need to listen to that. You need to listen to that one if you haven't heard that story, because my God, it is the craziest shit that you will ever hear.
Yes. Mike the Durable. God bless you, brother.
Raise a drink.
But actually, we found out, though, that it turns out he really wasn't so durable. It's like they were poisoning him and curing him at the same time because
Exactly.
they were fucking idiots.
Yeah. Yeah. But,
Anyway, that's a story for another time.
but still, I couldn't drink as much as that man did. And I can drink.
Yeah.
I couldn't drink as much as that man did.
Yeah, I know.
Michael Malloy was a titan.
A god among men.
Yeah. So, explosives.
Explosives.
Pee-wee actually got C4 and portable radios smuggled into the prison. Now, we were just talking about how, like, some of the crazy smart shit that he did. This takes the fucking cake.
Yeah.
Hold on, buckle up.
How did he
And
do this?
I don't know.
How did this occur?
I don't know how he managed to get it, but maybe he had somebody that he knew on the inside who knew how to get things. Damn it, I just went Shawshank. But Pee-wee started talking to Tyner back and forth between cells, like, hey! Just like kind of yelling back and forth. And he kind of lulled him into his, like, made him think he was making friends with him and everything. He was just like, you know what, I can get some radios for us to talk.
Yeah.
So Pee-wee filled Tyner's with C4 and somehow rigged it with a remote igniter that he could detonate from his radio.
Oh, man.
But it was also fully functional for two-way communication. So
the guy's sitting there holding the bomb and talking to Pee-wee, and Pee-wee can detonate this thing at any fucking time.
Exactly.
Basically.
Yeah. So Pee-wee somehow managed to get this to Tyner. Yeah, it is. Pee-wee somehow managed to get this to Tyner along with a note explaining how to use it. When Pee-wee signaled it, like he would push something, it would be like a beep or whatever, and Tyner would answer and everything. And and there was no test run. As soon as he sent the beep and Tyner answered, Pee-wee detonated it. And then Pee-wee later said, the last thing that Tyner heard was me laughing.
Wow.
And then because of that, he was dubbed the meanest man in America.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's next level fucking evil genius.
So, but he didn't even like break. He didn't even like, hey, we're just chatting here, and then I'm gonna push the button and blow you up later on. Once I've got you lulled into a fucking sense of, hey, nothing's gonna happen.
Well, it wouldn't matter.
He sent it over to him with an. I mean, no, I get that, but I mean, he just sent over the notes and, hey, this is gonna happen. When this happens, you answer, and you guys like,
right?
Hello.
Boom! It blew his head off.
Damn, that is fucking brilliant.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Tyner's radio was a lot heavier than Pee-wee's.
Oh, I have no doubt. I mean, well, dude, it doesn't take much C4 to take somebody's head off.
But since it worked, what if Pee-wee had actually accidentally given Tyner his radio and kept Tyner?
See, that would have been fucking hilarious, and that would have just pointed out how stupid he actually is, and not how smart he actually was.
But then again, I mean, Pee-wee's radio probably weighed like less, like several ounces.
I'm fairly certain he had them marked in such a way that he would know which one was the right one.
Well, one was significantly heavier than the other because it was loaded with C4. C4 is like a clay.
I know what C4 is, but it's not that heavy.
So.
But no, dude. I mean, seriously though, just in case you don't want to make that mistake, dude, you fucking take something and make a mark on it somewhere that you go, okay, that's the one.
Yeah, this is mine. This is his. But so Pee-wee was tried for Tyner's
Like
murder.
you can't see them both at the same time, right? So paint yours a completely fucking different color.
Well, one's significantly heavier than the other.
You
as
keep
well.
saying that, Bill. C4 is not that fucking heavy, bro.
Oh, okay.
I
All
mean,
right.
especially the amount that you can fit into a walkie-talkie. I mean, yes, it will be heavier, but not that much.
Picturing like realistic walkie-talkies from Radio Shack.
And what year was this? We're in the 80s now, right?
Yeah, so Radio Shack. Yeah, they
Yeah,
probably were
dude, but dude,
realistic.
those
brand.
walkie-talkies were tiny, dude. We're not talking like fucking World War II fucking 3-foot
true.
long walkie-talkies.
That's true. But
You know,
still,
you're talking tiny little fucking radios, like, dude, almost
he's-
like them fucking. What was that phone company where you had the chirp thing?
Netflix or not Netflix? Fucking Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix. Netgear?
okay.
No, not Netgear.
Nextel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you're talking like a walkie-talkie. In the 80s, dude, the walkie-talkies were fucking tiny, dude. I mean, there wasn't enough C4 to fucking take his head off for sure, but it wasn't enough. I mean, even if he packed it all full, it's not going to be that much heavier because
Right.
they're not that big. It's not like them World War II fucking phone fucking walkie-talkies that were like
Or the 1980s
Like-
cell phones.
a 4x4. Yeah, it's not a brick phone.
Yeah.
It's a fucking walkie-talkie, dude. I had walkie-talkies that were tiny.
Yeah. So Pee-wee
Anyway.
was tried for murder and he was sentenced to death. Like I said earlier, South Carolina brought the death penalty back, and ironically enough, this was the first time that a white man had been sentenced to death for killing a black man in South Carolina.
Oh.
So, and I honestly think that they're just like, we want to kill this fucker. Because honestly, if he had just killed like one or two people or whatever, and then he did that, they probably would have just like, okay, well, you're still rotting in prison for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
But they wanted him. and
Yeah,
everything.
I'm sure they were under pressure from
Yeah.
several of the victims' families' lawyers to
Yeah.
the ones that whatever you want to say didn't get justice or whatever you
Right.
want to say.
Exactly.
Didn't get closure.
Right.
I'm sure they had lawyers that were pressuring everybody in South from every level of the government in South Carolina to end this man's life.
Yep. So because yeah, like I said, seriously, if he had just only killed like two people or whatever, then they would have just like, okay,
Could have
well,
been a
you're
different
already
story,
yeah, life in prison or whatever. But this guy was a piece of shit, and we're gonna talk about this case when we're done, and we're practically done. But we're gonna talk about this case, kind of like we did with the Gerald Gallego at the end of this.
All right.
But Tony Sino was sentenced to 8 years in prison, and he served 6. For his involvement in this and hiring Pee-wee to kill Tyner.
Yeah.
So, on September 6th, the day before my birthday of 1991, Pee-wee was executed in Old Sparky. But he had tried to slit his wrists hours before his execution. Yeah, he wanted to stick it to the man one last time and take himself out. And his last words were, "I'll let my lawyers talk for me. I'm ready to go."
All right. He tried. He was karate. They probably found him in a cell karate chopping his arms, right? They're like, the fuck are you trying to do, little man?
Oh my God!
Slitting my wrist. I'm slitting my wrist, man. I'm slitting my wrist.
Hi-ya! I'm Pee-wee!
Yeah.
So Pee-wee was only convicted of 2 murders. But he was also convicted on a bunch of other charges as well. You know, like I said earlier, the judge didn't see a need for spending time and money for the other victims. He had a life sentence and then a death sentence, and I get it. And I already said this paragraph like 2 pages ago.
You wrote this paragraph twice.
So while on death row, Pee-wee talked about all of the coastal killings and Peggy Catino, the daughter of the South Carolina Senator James Catino, and all have been disputed. But there are a lot of people who believe that he actually did all of these murders. If he did all of them, that would make him the most prolific serial killer in the world.
Right?
So, like, minus Elizabeth Bathory, but a lot of her killings were, it's like her number.
Pretty sure her fucking kill count was greatly inflated.
Yeah. So, but that really would make him if he killed 110, 115 people or whatever, that would make him the most prolific serial killer in the world.
And he's just too dumb for that.
So. But,
I mean, he has moments of brilliance, but I mean, yeah, he's just never mind. Moving on.
Right. So there were. I mean, yeah. He in the end. I mean, he was a pretty intelligent guy, and he came up with some pretty brilliant things to do.
Yes. No, yeah. There's no denying that.
Right. But the thing about it, the thing that sets him apart from a lot of serial killers, is the fact that the ones that he's actually been confirmed that's like, okay, it's on the books, he did it. Like most serial killers, they go after strangers. Richard Ramirez, BTK, Ted Bundy. They didn't know these people. A lot of them will stay away from people that they actually know. And there's like random occurrences where they'll stray away from that and let's just like kill somebody they know. But overwhelmingly, most serial killer victims are strangers to the serial killer. Every single one of Pee-wee's victims, confirmed victims, he knew.
He knew, yeah. That's definitely breaking the serial killer fucking, what do you want to call it?
Stereotype,
profile,
yeah.
Profile, whatever you want to say.
Mm-hmm. And
yeah, that's a little weird.
Yeah, and it's just just that fact alone sets him apart from like 90% of the other serial killers. Probably even higher than that.
Yeah,
I'd say probably 99.9% of the other serial killers that are out there.
Yeah, right. I mean, dude,
you don't shit where you eat.
Yeah, you don't shit where you eat. Exactly.
So all of this shit about him with the coastal killings and all that stuff, and yeah, he probably did a couple of them in real life, like that the Culberson, that probably did happen.
Yeah.
Peggy Catino, maybe. Probably not, but maybe.
Possible.
Yeah. And there was another killing. I'm not sure which one it was, but there was another killing where he went, from Sumter to Charleston, made an appearance at a bar, back, did the killing, and then came back. He actually did do that in another one, and I can't remember which one it was.
Oh.
But it, or maybe he just said that he did it in a who knows? Who knows? Yeah. But so I mean it's not like Gerald where we were sitting there discussing who the mastermind was, where we think that they actually got they got it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But with this one, It's just what I wanted to talk about was just the craziness of it, and how he did something that no other serial killer that I know of anyway has ever done, and that's only focused on people, killed people that he knew.
Yeah. That's just like really weird.
Yeah, because
no other serial killers have really done that.
none that I know of. I mean, there's been a handful, like BTK. BTK killed one person that he knew, personally. Yeah, but honestly, I can't think of any others that just went out and just like killed people that they actually knew.
Yeah.
So this is an interesting one, and I'm glad that my ex, my daughter's mother, I'm glad that she reminded me of that. Even though everybody that you meet from whatever state that you're in, when they find out that you're on a true crime podcast, you're like, oh, have you done insert the name of their state's main serial killer here? know.
Oh yeah.
But we've got several of them here. We killed Ted Bundy here in Florida.
Yes, we killed Ted Bundy.
Eileen Wuornos. I mean, there's been a lot that have come through Florida, but honestly, the only one that I know of that was exclusive to Florida was Christine Falling. I think that was like episode 6 or episode 7 that we covered her.
Yeah, somewhere back there.
Yeah, I think she was an Eileen Wuornos, obviously, but
we haven't done her yet.
No, we haven't. But so our two
fun.
Our two, yeah, it is. Our two homegrown serial killers that only operated in Florida are both female.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Why is it Florida man when
the only Florida homegrown serial killers that only operated in Florida are women?
Why is it Florida man?
Right.
Dude, I think we're getting the short end of the stick here.
We are absolutely. I mean, yeah, William Cruz, but he wasn't a serial killer. He was a spree killer.
Yeah, you can't count that.
No, of course, that fucker that shot up the Pulse nightclub. That's a spree killer. That's a spree killer. That's not a serial killer.
Yeah, that's a spree killer. That's not serial killer. He's a mass murderer, whatever you want to say. Not a serial killer.
Right. Our two
homegrown. I don't. However that fucking works. You know what I mean.
Our two
D2?
homegrown. Our two homegrown Florida serial killers are women.
Are women? Yes.
Let's relocate to Montana.
You know what? I'm fucking I'm oddly okay with that.
Welcome to Crimes, Killers, Cults, and Beer. Two crazy Montana men drinking beer.
Two crazy Montana men. That doesn't flow as well. I mean,
no, it doesn't.
Florida, Montana. It's the same amount of syllables, but it just doesn't flow as well.
No, it doesn't. So we'll stay afloat.
And here's the sad part. I actually had to count that shit out on my fingers to make sure that Florida and Montana were the same amount of syllables because I'm an idiot, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck my life.
So, anyway, I'm not going to say it. Check us out on our social. Check us out on our social media. On Twitter, we're CKC_beer, and I think we're going to change the Facebook to that as well. I think that's going to be our main handle going forward.
We're going to get all our fucking social media handles to be the same thing, so we're easier to find for everybody.
CKC_beer, right? And because Todd is a freaking mastermind, and You know,
I wouldn't go that far.
he's
Just-
doing stuff. So
You know, no, dude, I just like, that's just straight up good business. Like, dude, you make all your fucking social media one thing.
right.
So people, all they have to do is whatever platform you use, you can type in that name and you'll find us.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just,
we gotta do-
it's just good business sense. But, we'll get there.
Yep.
We're working on
So,
it.
our
We're a work in progress, man. We're getting there.
Yeah, we're going by the skin of our teeth here, and we're happy with where we are right now. We're not even a year into it, and we're already, it's just I've listened to other podcasts talk about their origins and everything. We're ahead of where some of these other big dogs were when they were less than a year old. So,
Yeah.
so it's just like things going good for this podcast. We appreciate it. Thank you for
Yeah.
listening, and especially.
Absolutely.
Everybody that the OGs that have been there since day one, and there's we had a good amount of people that found the podcast when we released our first episode. I mean, I was shocked about that. But
no, dude, I was surprised. I mean, I'm like, dude, I'm totally happy with where we are right now because I never
Yep.
expected it to get this far.
yeah,
Really didn't. So yeah, thank you everybody. Much appreciated.
yeah, and hook us up with ratings and reviews or whatever. I mean, that a lot of
Yeah.
podcasts beg for that, but we need need that shit too.
Yeah, right.
So it helps. It does help grow the podcast.
Like, follow, and subscribe.
Yeah. do that.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Or no, like, comment, and subscribe, dude. If subscribing and following are the same fucking thing, so like, comment, and subscribe. That's what I meant to say.
yeah. So anyway, our website that's probably going to be renamed as well, but
Yes.
it's in the notes for this page, and it's going to have merch before too long, and it also has
Yes.
links to my
We're probably overstepping
original
our
music.
bounds, but yes, we're gonna be fucking. We're gonna have merch. We're bringing everything under one name, so it's be easier for everybody. Yeah, just like I said earlier, we're a work in progress. We're trying, we're figuring shit out just like everybody else.
Yep. So
Let's wrap this up, shall we?
drink, bitches.
It only works when you say it. They don't have to do it when you say it. It doesn't count when I say it.
Oh, that's true.
But
Okay,
I knew
well,
you weren't gonna say it, so I did. So because
Okay, well, drink if you want to. We
Yes.
have been the entire episode. Until next week. Later.
Cheers, everybody.